Hang on. Hang on.
Welcome to week 4. Let's get started. We are going to really dive into presenting and how to present. The goal here is for you to get comfortable with presenting, and we want to provide a tool for you that you can listen to over and over again so that when you go to present, you can feel confident with it. So it might look like you watching this 3 or 4 times in between, seeing how you do when you present and seeing about your flow, and coming back and, oh wait, what did they say regarding with that? Okay, so we're literally going to be presenting a class to you. Expectations are always important. If you're just joining us, welcome, we're so excited. I want you to go to joincachay.com/steps or click on week 4 under our events calendar. If you're not a member of our team, go to the calendar and enroll with our newsletter so that you can receive the PowerPoints that we're going to be talking about and any PDFs. Tonight you'll receive a copy of the PDF of the class presentation that we're going to go over. And if you are one of the winners at the end of the presentation, be sure to email us your address so that we can send you the information or send you your winnings. Now, let's get into, so we've made it through preparing and inviting, and now we're really going to dive into presenting. This is so vital to it because when you get good at this, you can present on a whim on any subject, and you can hone in to what they need to be presented. Okay, so we need a tear pad or the PowerPoint presentation, and I like the Live program because it just goes through how to use the oils, and that's a great way just to present. If you just want to talk about oils, maybe they've already been to a class and they need further education. So it's just another tool as far as being able to present off of. So presenting, it's super simple. We want to teach others and we want to attend with the guest. We have made it to step 7 is all that we're going to focus on, and then next week we'll get into a couple steps and then we'll finish off the week after that. Now, I want to remind you that you are asking, you're not asking them to buy or sell anything. You are simply asking them if they're interested in learning more. Would you like to learn more about natural solutions? Would you like to know more about how essential oils have made my life easier? Would you like to know how empowered I've become using essential oils? Those are some really go-to lines that I use quite often.
You know, when I first came out of the business with Cachay, we sat down and I came from a major sales background where I had to hard sell a lot of people. And it was quite a transition for me to transition over to educating people rather than selling them.
Accept or reject the invitation. I just want to give you another reminder because this is something that holds a lot of people back. Okay? When someone chooses to accept or reject your invitation, they are not accepting or rejecting you. You are the messenger, not the message. No usually just means not yet. Now we're going to get into this class presentation. I want you to know that you're going to hear us presenting this compliantly, and that is something that you need to start honing into your vocabulary, getting to know how to say things in a way that is not comparing traditional medications with doTERRA. We don't want to compare over-the-counter medications with the use of natural products by any means. We don't want to say any actual names of ailments. We want to more describe the ailment of what's going on there or describe what the oil is going to support. Okay, and you'll hear that throughout this. So let's get started.
Okay, well, I just wanted to introduce my speaker here and welcome you guys out to my wonderful home. I'm super excited about this class because my great friend Cachay here is a blue diamond in doTERRA, and she was able to introduce the essentials to me after I lifted something a little bit too heavy, more than I should have, and I had a lot of back discomfort, and she was able to sample Deep Blue to me and was able to help me relieve some of that discomfort in my back. So she's been using essential oils for about 6 years now and has absolutely created a passion for it in her life. With her, she's a mother of 5, and her and her husband have been having an amazing time with this.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. You know, my intentions tonight are to share with you, just like I shared with Joey here, of how he could maybe potentially make his life a little bit simpler using some natural solutions. And, Joey, in such a short while, has become such an expert with these essential oils. It didn't take him long to really understand how to use them. And I'd say he found it pretty easy to figure out how to use them. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I mean, they are really simple.
Okay, so we're going to talk about these natural solutions that we're so excited about. Here is your handout. Now, my intentions is to leave you educated and empowered. I want you to learn how you can safely and effectively use essential oils for your health priorities and also for those that you care about around you. And I want you to know how you can get them in your home for the best experience and so that you can receive the benefits in your home. The history of therapeutic plant use. You can see here that actually we are not the first generation to use essential oils. I know that they've recently become popular again, but that is because we're going back to the good old days. We can see here that 3500 BC, we have record of the Egyptians using those plants and extracts. Hippocrates, who is the father of medicine, they say, and frankincense and myrrh given to the Christ child. You can see how many people have been using essential oils throughout history. And it's just about getting back to that same quality that was once available. And that's where doTERRA has come in to empower so many people, is because we are back to that therapeutic grade of essential oil. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the difference in quality, but for now, let's really come to understand what are essential oils. They are natural aromatic compounds, extracts found in plants, which are distilled from those plants. Basically, it's like a supercharged potency. So when you take peppermint, if you were to make tea, 1 drop of peppermint equals 28 cups of peppermint tea. So who would like to experience 28 cups of peppermint tea? And at this point, I will put a drop of peppermint on everybody's hand so that they can do it. Now, I quickly introduce them to how they use essential oils the 3 different ways by saying this. Okay, everybody, we're going to experience peppermint before I tell you about all the side benefits that come with them. Are you okay with that? Now, everybody hold your hand out. I'm going to put a drop of peppermint and leave it there until I finish going around to everybody. Great. Thumbs up for being here. I'm so excited to tell you about doTERRA. I want you to understand how simple these oils can be to use. So there's 3 different ways you use them. One is internally. Let's start with that. So take your thumb, dip it in the drops, and I want you to now rub your thumb along the roof of your mouth. Pretty powerful, right? Yes. That is powerful. Now, clap your hands, rub your hands together, and rub it on the back of your neck. Topically is the second way that essential oils can be used. And then the last way, careful not to get your hands too close to your eyes, but I want you to just inhale. Cover your mouth and nose with your hands and inhale deeply to breathe that essential oil. Doesn't that feel amazing? You have just supported your body to increase oxygen intake. It might be able to support the elimination of head tension or discomfort. It can help cool body temperatures. Think of that hot run day or other circumstances when your body's temperature is too hot. And there's also other conditions that these can help with, which is so great to have that natural support. Now, do you all believe me that 1 drop is potent enough for 28 drops of peppermint tea? It is. So this is really important to understand, because I don't want you to waste your essential oils. I want you to know that they're really potent. So you just need to start with 1 or 2 drops. And when I'm using them on my kids, I like to dilute them with fractionated coconut oil, because a little bit goes a long way, as you can see. Okay? And because of the potency that we have within doTERRA, that is why they are so affordable. Now, the use of internal use of these essential oils is only applicable to doTERRA. So what I'm going to teach you today, unfortunately, isn't applicable for all essential oils. So I want to make sure to give that cautionary alert there. Now, let's talk about how effective they are. Oils contain hundreds of different compounds, and these are complex and versatile, and this gives them the ability to combat threats without building up resistance. You know, my favorite part is I've used the same oils to support my immune system for the last 6 years. My body hasn't grown immune to it or acquired negative side effects by any means for using them continually, and that's what I love. It's because we're working with nature, and there's this beautiful cycle. Nature produces it, it meets the body's needs, and the body heals itself. Our bodies are so powerful, but sometimes they just need a little bit of support. And the reason why these are so effective is because we're getting to the root cause. These oils are working on a cellular level. Our bodies function on a cellular level. So if we can communicate them on a cellular level, you can see how beneficial that can be. Now, how they're able to get to the root cause is because they're able to penetrate through cells. Our cells have an oil layer on them, which means if something's going to penetrate that cell, it needs to be oil-based. That is how we're able to take care of things on a cellular level. Melaleuca is wonderful oil. It promotes healthy immune response. It can help fight odors, soothe occasional skin irritations, and promotes healthy complexion. I love this one when I get that, that trouble spot on my face every now and then. They're safe. doTERRA has set a new standard, getting back to the quality of essential oils like we saw there in history. The owners of doTERRA had a vision to create that pure therapeutic essential oil like in the good old days. And they created that by coming up with a standard of tests. Now these tests are done by third parties, so that they have no way to alter the test or anything. They really legitimately want to know if these oils are up to their standards. Now, there's different grades of essential oils. The first one is synthetic. This is just your toxic chemical fragrances. This is your perfumes, your home fragrances that you'll find with that. You are just breathing in pure toxins. The next one is food grade. These are our cooking extracts and flavorings. The highest standard before doTERRA was therapeutic. It was unregulated standards which led to misleading label claims, and it compromised the quality, and it didn't have as many health benefits because there are so many factors when it comes to essential oil, sourcing it and the distillation process, and all of these things of being able to create this pure essential oil are so essential, and doTERRA knows that. And so this certified pure therapeutic grade is the mark that you want to look for to make sure that you are getting exactly what you asked for and paid for. It means that it is certified pure, it is therapeutic grade, and it is the world's highest quality essential oils, and it's verified safe for all ages and uses. Plants are harvested in their natural habitat. That is called indigenously grown. They are grown in their happy place, and what this creates is a really therapeutic essential oil, and that's why our essential oils are of the highest quality, and that's why you only need 1 or 2 drops, and begin with 1 or 2 drops, because a lot of times that's all you need, because they are the most potent essential oils available. Now, my favorite side is that they're free of fillers and pesticides and foreign contaminants. That's a lot of time when you hear people talk about allergies, that's what they're talking about, is those components. That it's not the essential oil itself that they're allergic to, it's a lot of time the other stuff that they're not. And so because of that standard, it makes these essential oils beyond organic. And it is stringent third-party testing, like I've talked about, to make sure that it ensures the powerful benefits without harmful side effects. Use frankincense. They call this the king of oils. And I want you all to be so appreciative of this oil because it is so powerful. It is such a strength to our bodies. It can help on a cellular function. It can help balance your mood. I actually put this oil on every single day because I've had some days that are up and I've had some days that are down, and I want to support my body so that I can have less days that are down. And promotes feelings of relaxation to really be able to help those true feelings of relaxation. And I love using essential oils because it's not a fake cover-up. You genuinely are feeling those feelings because it's creating natural responses in your body to respond with these oils with hormone releases and balancing on that cellular level. Now, like I already mentioned, we've already experienced the 3 ways to use essential oils, but let's dive in a little bit more how to use these essential oils. First way is aromatically. You can see over here that I have a diffuser going. I love my diffuser because I'm a busy mom, but I want the benefits of essential oils always being taking place in my home. And the best way that I make that to take place is through a diffuser. It is continually, basically, spitting little bits of oil into the air, and those oils go about, and they're able to clean the air. And my favorite part is to affect the mood. Not only my mood, but it affects my children's mood, and on those days where maybe my husband's golf game wasn't quite up to par where he wanted to be, it even can affect his mood after a bad golf game. And that's why I love using essential oils in my diffusers, because I'm benefiting my family and those who enter my home without them knowing it and without really a lot of physical effort. Topically, apply to the bottoms of the feet is such a safe way to use essential oils. A roadmap of our bodies are on the bottom of our feet, and so I really like going to the feet to help it to just basically get her done. It's a quick, easy place to apply it and to help it apply those target areas. But also, I want you to know common sense is going to be your best friend. Where, if you're going to look up how to use an oil, go to a location that's near that you're traveling with, okay, to be able to take care of that. And then internal. Now, this is the part that only applies to certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. You can drop it in water. If you do that, make sure that you are using a glass or a stainless steel container, because our essential oils can leach the toxins out of the water bottle. Under the tongue, we have the most blood vessels under our tongue, so that is such a great direct access to our body to be able to receive those benefits. And if you don't like the taste, we have these cute little gel capsules that you can put them in, and that way you can just take them internally. A good rule of thumb is if you're addressing something between the neck and pelvic area, I prefer to take it internally, but you do what you're comfortable with. But that's a good modality. Everywhere else, it's a good way just to put it on topically. Now, I want you guys to just take a moment and think about where your health is. What are your priorities? What are your top 3 health priorities that you'd like to accomplish? Okay? And then I want you to take a moment. Why are they your priorities? Are they taking up a lot of your time having to address them? Are you having to leave work? Are you having to spend money to be able to support these? And how much energy are you looking to? Okay, so kind of those things. Face the reality of how much time and money you're spending on those. So throughout the class, I want you to write the solutions that meet these health priorities, okay, that you're looking for, so that as you go home and as you can remember and receive those triggers to be reminded of the support that you can receive. Now, my favorite part about doTERRA is that it's not just about the essential oils. We actually are into health and wellness. So there's this wellness pyramid, and my goal is for you to take a step in the right direction. Whichever one of these steps is right for you, take it. Okay, so let's take, as we go through these, I want you to rate yourself 1 through 10 on each of these areas of wellness. Okay, eating right. Are your meals containing a rainbow of fresh fruits and vegetables in there? Or are they more out to eat? Are they processed? Okay, are they from a box? Are they frozen? How much live food are you eating? Exercise. Are you giving your body a chance to get its heart rate pumping and to be able to really exercise that muscle, which is known as your heart? Rest and managing stress. Do you wake up feeling rested? Do you stay up late watching TV? So let me give you a few tips since we're on this and we don't really dive in too much into it. But it's important that we don't eat or drink 2 or 3 hours before bed. And it's really important to help you get into a deeper rest is to avoid electronics about that hour before bed. And instead of turning bright fluorescent lights on throughout your entire house as you're getting ready for bed, have lamps on, more cooler lighting. Reduce toxic load. Our food, we can't get away from our toxic load, but we can reduce it by the things that we are putting on ourselves. For example, all of our facial care, our lotions, what we smell like, all of our body care. Also, what are we ingesting into our body with food and all sorts of other things, and water and just breathing. And then we want informed self-care and our proactive medical care. I don't want you to rate that one because medical care is essential for us to have access to and to have with that. So we have our proactive medical care out there. Now that we've gone through that and you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, I want you to just breathe because it's okay. doTERRA is about a journey. It's not about being perfect or being 100% in all those areas. Life's a journey. And right now, the whole goal behind that pyramid is so that, at the end of this class, when we discuss what the best step is for you, that pyramid is going to be a good deciphering factor for us to decide where is the best step, what is the most important step for you to take right now, because it is just about taking one step at a time to getting your life a little bit healthier, little by little. Now, I love the On Guard line. This line supports healthy immune function. And I love being able to clean my teeth and my surfaces with something that is shown to work really effective at cleansing and cleaning. And my favorite part is the toothpaste, because I don't know about you, but I have a 2-year-old who loves to tease me. And one of his ways of teasing me is to grab the toothpaste and run down the hall sucking on the toothpaste. Well, if that was any other kind of toothpaste, I'd be worried. But luckily, doTERRA's toothpaste is natural, and I don't have to worry about any of the ingredients in there that he's using. So I really feel comfortable. And I love diffusing On Guard because it is so beneficial at supporting my immune function. And little kids, I swear, they bring stuff in and out so fast that I am grateful to be able to have something that is proactive to help cleanse their bodies and support that immune function. Now, Slim and Sassy. This is actually a very popular oil of ours. It's one of the favorite products for healthy weight. Slim and Sassy, it promotes healthy metabolism and it manages your sugar cravings and your hunger. How great would that be to not have as many of those sugar cravings, right? That's a lot of times our biggest downfall when it comes to these. And Slim and Sassy, when I'm using it, I prefer to have it next to my bed. That way, when I wake up in the morning, I get a nice zing. I actually put 5 drops of Slim and Sassy under my tongue, and then I drink a large bottle of water. Why I do it that way is because during the night is the time for our bodies to detox. That's why I suggested earlier that you don't eat or drink 2 to 3 hours before bed. What this does is while your body detoxes at night, when I wake up and do this Slim and Sassy, I'm giving a mode for all those toxins to flush out of my body, okay, with that. But if you're not into that way, if you don't want to taste it, doTERRA makes a convenient soft gel that you could take just one of those as well. Lemon is something that is great to put in all of your water. It is so great at alkalizing your water, and it's great at cleansing. It's naturally cleansing to the body, and it's great for cleaning surfaces. So this is something that is one of the most inexpensive essential oils, and to be able to use it for cleaning is just so awesome. And I don't want you to be weirded out thinking that this is chemical. If any of you are concerned about comparing something that you would take internally to cleaning, keep in mind that, when we get back to nature, they are fighting and having to create the chemical constituents necessary to fight off nature. I mean, you want to talk about dirty. Nature creates fungus and nature creates mold and all of these things. And so these plants create the components necessary to be able to stay healthy and to thrive in nature. So for me, it makes complete sense that, wow, if a plant can create the components necessary to survive nature, then they are beyond capable of cleaning my home. And I love that it supports healthy respiratory function. One thing that we forget is that our body has a system to eliminate toxins, and when that system isn't functioning properly, it uses a backup system, and those two backup systems are respiratory and skin. So if you're dealing with any of those issues, that's why lemon is a really great one to put in your water to be able to help support your skin and respiratory functions. Deep blue. This one is so popular, especially for people who are athletic or need some muscle and joint comfort. This is a great one for a pre or post workout, and you can dilute it with fractionated coconut oil for a calm and comforting massage that really is so invigorating. And you can also apply it to the lower back muscles after a day of heavy lifting at work. You can also see here that they have a supplement. This is a polyphenol complex to support from on the internal end. Now, the polyphenol isn't deep blue encapsulated. The polyphenol is it's an herbal supplement to support on that aspects. Aroma Touch. This is actually the first oil that I use to help support to get a good night's rest, believe it or not. It helps support circulation is what it's really known for. But I got it free, and I put it next to my bed, and one night I woke up and I said, I'm just going to put this oil on and see how it goes. So I put it on, and I was amazed by how much comfort and relaxation I received from it. And it is great to enhance a massage, and it promotes feelings of relaxation to lessen the tension. Now, this is another great one for sleep. If you have a hard time getting into that healthy sleep cycle, this is a great one to put on before bed. I often, my husband and I have a joke of, don't put Serenity on if you're wanting to do pillow talk, because there was a time of I put this on and I was so wanting to stay up and just have fun conversation with my husband while laying in bed, and we call that pillow talk. But I could not keep my eyes open, and it's because I put Serenity on. About 10 minutes later, my body said, nope, I have calmed down, that I just want to go to sleep. So it really does create that restful sleeping environment. I love diffusing this one, because especially in a diffuser that goes throughout the night, because all night long, if I'm woken in the middle of the night by kids or needing to feed a baby, it's easy for me to get back to sleep, because I literally just focus on this and smell the breath or smell the diffuser a couple times, and I really am able to get back to sleep pretty quickly. And it's able to lessen feelings of tension. Can you imagine taking your bath at the end of the day and having just such a calming and comforting smell as you're letting the stresses of the day go? And it can help diffuse to help decrease stress. Terrazyme is one that we want to support that healthy enzyme production for our normal digestion process. A lot of our food is so processed and it's dead that our body isn't receiving the trigger to naturally produce those enzymes. And so that's where Terrazyme comes in, especially with me, who I have some indigestion problems because of when I take certain foods. And I really appreciate being able to take this with every meal, so that if by chance I'm unaware of something being in that food, I receive the support necessary. So that my body is, and one thing I love is it promotes that nutrient absorption. We can eat food all day long, but if we're not able to break it down with the proper enzymes, that food and nutrition is not being absorbed, and that's where we find that we're having snackings and cravings. So let's support the body to really break down that food. And it is, what it does is it helps take that food nutrients to cellular energy. Digestion. Oh my goodness, I love this oil every single day, but it maintains that healthy gastrointestinal tract. That is so essential, because they say that 80% of your mood and your immune system and I think even your memory, if I'm recalling correctly, is dependent upon your gut. So we want to support that gut, because I kind of feel like it's the foundation for how we're feeling. And it can also help reduce bloating, gas, and occasional indigestion, and ease feelings of queasiness. We've all had heard stories of that, of how uncomfortable that can be. And this is my favorite. doTERRA has this darling little keychain that is so convenient because I can have, it comes with sample these little cute little mini vials so that I can put my favorite oils and keep them with me, always with me on the go. Because you never know when that indigestion is going to hit or and things like that. And maybe you want to flavor your water with lemon essential oil instead of lemon, especially after all those articles that have come up with it. Who do you know who would want to learn about these natural solutions? I would love to teach a class for you, for your family or friends, and the great part about that is it's an additional way that you can receive free product. So be sure to talk with me, and I'll give you one of these guides so that we can successfully plan for that class. Now, I would not be doing justice for this class if I didn't mention my backbone. And my backbone is this Lifeline Vitality Pack. I love that it has a 30-day money-back guarantee. And initially, I tried this oil, or these oil-infused vitamins because I did want to give them a try, and I really liked the idea of being proactive on my health, of taking supplements necessary so that I could give my body what it needs. Now, what it is it's what it does is it helps create energy, focus, relief, and well-being. So we have the Alpha CRS. This is an antioxidant. This is your cellular energy and longevity. Now, when we talk about energy, my favorite part is that we are creating energy through mitochondria, through the natural cell process. We're not, there's no stimulants in that, and that's my favorite. The Z Omega has 9 essential oils in it, which is wonderful, but this is your omega-3, 6s, and 9s, that fatty acid. And, I find it interesting that as we watch commercials, and specifically ones that are about baby formula, they talk mainly about the DHA that is in the formula. But then all of a sudden, we stop thinking about our omegas once we stop the formula. What are you giving your kids appropriate omegas? So what's great is, while I'm on that subject, there is a kids line so that you can get this nutrients to the kids. There's a chewable that is actual nutrients that they'll receive. And if you're somebody who doesn't like to take pills, the chewable line is a great backup. And the fish oils, they taste like wild orange. My kid actually, unfortunately, the other day dumped some oil on our stairs and we had to get our carpets cleaned, but that's okay because he has such a love of these omegas and came running around trying to find us saying, "Shake, Daddy, shake," because he wanted us to make him a green drink with his omegas in it. And then we have our Microplex MVP, sorry. This is your whole food multivitamin. Now that's the key word, whole food. Our bodies know how to digest whole foods, and so that's where this multivitamin come in. And it has the minerals necessary. I'm not cooking in a cave anymore like the cavemen and with those things. And there's our nutrients and our minerals is just getting depleted. So we need to fill in. Unfortunately, because of industrialization, our nutrients has been depleted. And so even if you are somebody who eats healthy, it is essential for you to take your vitamins because even if you were eating what you should be, you're still not getting enough nutrients because of the lack of it. We industrialized and we modified our food to look pretty and to taste sweet. Okay, so there are 2 ways to get your natural solutions that we've talked about. One is retail, so you just order through your wellness advocate, your host here. Or there's a better way, and it's wholesale. This gets you 25% below retail. It's a lot like a Costco membership. We pay a fee so that we can get a greater deal. And I know for me, it saves me a lot of money. Now let's talk about these kits. The Diamond Kit has every essential oil and home and wellness kit product in there. It is the biggest kit that comes with everything, and it has the most savings, as you can see on here. It saves almost $7,500. And you do receive an additional $400 product. So as you use these products, you're going to get $400 to reorder. When it comes to my facial line and the trim shakes and these food items, I go through them, and I go through them with my whole family. So that's a great great one to be able to start with. Now, if you're somebody who goes, well, I don't want to quite start with everything, but I do want to make sure that I'm prepared with every essential oil, the Every Oil Kit is great to start with. This is our Cleanse and Restore Kit. That is, if you're feeling like you need to just get your cleanse on, then this is the kit to begin with. You can see here, these are 2 kits that people start with that have the 10 most essential oils in them. These kits are great because you're going to be able to take care of and support your family pretty well. This is a good starting place with that. One is just 5 milliliters and one is 15 milliliters. And you can see there that the Home Essentials Kit, for basically just $100 more, you're going to get an additional $86 in savings, and you're getting 3 times the size as the other ones. This is the Natural Solutions Kit. This is actually the favorite starter kit. It's the biggest value behind it. You're saving over $100, which basically equals to a free diffuser, and you get $100 in product so that you can then customize, those health focuses that you're wanting to start with. This is the most popular one to do. The top 3 essential oil kits, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I suggest you choose from the Every Oil Kit, the Home Essentials Kit, or the Natural Solutions Kit. The reason being is that these 3 kits are great starter kits, but they come with diffusers, and I think every home needs one of these diffusers because it's a mindless way to be proactive with your health. Now, Loyalty Rewards is something that is for loyal customers. When you order regularly monthly, doTERRA gives you additional incentives, and those incentives look like product credits. And those product credits can earn all the way up to 30%, of where when you're placing an order, you get 30% of the PV of that order in product credits so that you can order free product. And this is something I was so excited to get to because I wanted to get as much oils and product for free from doTERRA as possible, and the Loyalty Rewards was the first place to start with that. So it's the smartest way to get your natural solutions and to continue ordering. Now, what I want you to do is to fill out the highlighted areas, pick which enrollment kit you want, and then write down some items that you would like on your first Loyalty Rewards item. I want you to know that Loyalty Rewards isn't a have-to, it's just additional options. If you're looking to receive the greatest value, you're going to want to reorder through Loyalty Rewards, but you don't have to do that today. We can always set that up through a wellness consult. Now, I want you to pick your role with doTERRA. How do you like to play in doTERRA? Do you want to receive, do you want to just live with the oils that you're using to get started? And the Live Guide just gives some when you go home with this, this helps you be reminded of some of the things we talked about today. It goes a little bit more into depth about how you can use these oils. Sharing. If you, during this class, have thought of some family or friends that could really benefit from this, you're going to want to pick up the share brochure so that we can discuss maybe scheduling a class. Now, actually, everybody who books a class with me tonight, I will give you this free keychain. And this is such a great value because you don't have to worry about ordering it. You're going to have it ready to go to fill your oils in with it, and then we'll share your class and be able to, what that does is that gets you free essential oils when you share doTERRA with your friends. So if you're looking to get things for free, this is a great way to accomplish that. And then we have the Build doTERRA brochure. This is for those who would like to supplement or even replace your income. And while you make a difference, think of how many lives can be empowered by knowing about essential oils. Thank you for attending. I'll now go around and kind of do little mini wellness consults. Come and let me know of your questions, and let's just decide the best place for you to start. Okay, so that is how I teach a class. That presentation, I will have, you have received the email this morning that contains that presentation, the link to that to download that presentation, and the links to the PDF, so if you want to print them off. Or you can purchase those from Aroma Tools or My Oil Business, which will be cheaper on the printing aspects of things. Now, the goal is this week, I want you to at least present to one person. I don't care who it is, but often just presenting is the hardest part, and I want you to get it over with. So pick somebody, just present to one. Email me in. Let me know how you felt with your presenting, and email that in to us so that we can draw your name for the $100 in products. And just remember, when you're presenting, when you're inviting somebody to a presentation, you can have a cow. Just kidding. You can do a class, you can do a one-on-one, or you can do a webinar. Thank you for attending week 4. We're so excited to hear about how your presentations go. And I want you to know that when I started, I knew nothing of how to present. I grabbed a presentation and I had to create it. So, and I didn't have any skills of creating PowerPoint. So for me, either way I see it, the hardest part is done is that PowerPoint presentation or that flyer. So just go have fun with it, and do not compare the way you present to how I present. Keep in mind, I've been doing this for 6 years, and if you want to get to the point of presenting like me, it means practicing in front of the mirror more. It means practicing in front of your family more. It means practicing in front of those people more, okay? So that is the goal behind how you would become an expert in presenting. And the reason why I say that is because I remember being new. I remember watching Elise Shedby and saying, there is no way I could ever do that. And I'm happy to say that I present just as good as Elise Shedby does, and that's how you'll be. Just keep practicing in front of the mirror. Just remember that now is the time to empower others. Okay, my favorite part. Let's go ahead and do that drawing.